at the university. So today, welcome to today's St. Mary's University information session, partnered with Education Concern in Pakistan, and they are, uh, the only trusted partner that we have in Pakistan, and we have had amazing working relationship with them. So obviously, I'll go over with the university side of things on what you need, what not, and then Mr. Farooq and his team at Education Concern can help you with all the visa related questions and everything. So this presentation is about 30 to 40 minutes. There's a lot of information that you'll be getting, but don't worry, you don't have to remember everything. Obviously, at any point, if you have any questions, there will be a Q&A session at the end. I will answer any of your question, or if not, we can also set up a one-on-one meeting, just in case if you have more in-depth questions that you want to basically explore, and we can take it on from there. So with that, before I start about talking about St. Mary's University in general, I would like to give you like why Canada should be your top choice when you're looking for education abroad. So Canada is made up of 10 provinces and 3 territories. It is actually it is the second largest country in the world in terms of land mass. So it's a very big country. We have a lot of natural resources. Um, you can see it runs all the way from Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean. So it shows the magnitude of this country, right? And then there are on top, you see that there are 3 territories as well, which is a big landmass as well. Um, so there are a few stereotypes about Canada. When we hear Canada, we think that it's winter all year round, but it's not the fact. We have, obviously there's the winter obviously there's the winter component to it, but we have beautiful summers as well. Not just when I'm sitting here in my home office, it's beautiful weather outside. In summer, we play cricket, football, and all the sports that we love. It is So it has really good weather, and a lot of people think that Canada is the same as US. Well, we are neighboring countries, but there are some significant differences as well. Obviously it's there, and the people are really nice. But there's also a stereotype that says they put maple syrup on everything. They don't, unfortunately. They don't. They have very diverse culture, cuisines as well. So no matter where you're from, which part of the world you're from, you'll always get something that is very close to your home. So why Canada? Canada is a very safe and stable country, whether you talk about economically, socially, and politically. So which means that you're not seeing any drastic changes anytime soon. There are no radical changes that we see like in some other counterparts of Canada. So it's very stable. It's very receptive of international students. We do understand that you're investing a lot of money here. Education abroad is an investment that you're making, and they make sure that you have all the resources and tools that you need to be successful. It's ethnically very diverse. As I said, you have it, the history of Canada is based on immigration. So that's what they say, right? So they welcome everyone from all parts of the world, and we have an excellent education. We have a universal healthcare system. Then there's an advanced infrastructure as well that Canada is very well known for. You get consistent high quality education, and what we mean by that is that most of the institution, including St. Mary's, that you're looking in Canada are government funded, which means that these are high quality. They have to maintain a high standard of education. Their program has to go through rigorous renewal process. So you don't have to worry about the quality of education that you're getting. Obviously, when it comes to research based education, obviously it differs from university to university, but when it comes to undergraduate, it's pretty consistent all throughout. Throughout all the universities, doesn't matter big or small. University studies, we have about 100 big institutions. Some of these are in very high world ranking, comprehensive ranking, and we have about 15,000 programs that you can within Canada that you can take advantage of. The professors are very caring. There are designated professors hours that you can basically, if you have a question related to something that you have learned in class today, you can go to their office hours and ask them questions. The professors are very friendly. First time I got into the plane when I was in high school, I came to Canada, right? I was homesick. but then again, the professors and the community overall will make you feel very welcome. Um, and there's so that's pretty much it. And working opportunities, this is something that is big. I know when I was planning to come to Canada, I was thinking of, how I can manage my expenses, whether there will be work opportunities. The good thing is that while you're a student, you can work on or off campus 20 hours, which is a great benefit. And another thing is the academic year in Canada is, I don't know about other parts of the world, but it's 8 months. So it runs from September till April. And then from April, like May till August, is optional semester. So if you want to take classes, you can, but you're not bound to, like even in your study permit. So you have the chances to work full time during that 4 months. So this assists international student a lot. So so if you're looking to someone to get work a little bit extra during summer to earn some living cost, you can do that. There's field experience, practicum, co-op opportunities, applied research project, and that you'll be doing with the professors, all those opportunities as well. And my apologies, I got a very bad cold. And also, when you graduate after your 4 years degree, you'll be given a 3 years postgraduate work permit. And within that 3 years, if you have 1 year in any of the NOC level government acceptable jobs that are there, you can apply for your PR. I got my PR recently. And there are lots of programs in Nova Scotia. We have the provincial nominee program that is open if you study here. Then we have the Atlantic Pilot program, which is an expedited PR process. So you don't have to wait 1 year. You can apply after 6 months in that process as well. So those opportunities are there for you to eventually work, eventually come here, study, work, graduate, work, and get your PR and settle in Canada if you wish so. So that's another great feature. So now I'll move on to basically where Halifax, where St. Mary's University is located. So if you can see the cursor here, this is where St. Mary's University is located. It's in the city of Halifax, which is in the beautiful province of Nova Scotia, which is on the east coast of Canada. It is in the center of all the major hub of the world. So it's a 7-hour flight from London, 2.5-hour flight from both Toronto and New York. So you're right there in the hub, and it's very accessible, and it's right on the ocean. So which means, which I'll step into a little bit later, which means that our winter isn't as extreme. It's a good thing that winter in Nova Scotia is actually the second warmest winter in Canada, right after Vancouver, which is on the west coast. So on Pacific coast, it's a little bit more warmer. So that's another information that I wanted to put out. This is a snapshot of Halifax. So Halifax is not a big city. It is. We have about 500,000 of population. So it has the big city flair and the small town charm as well. So you get best of both worlds in big cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal. It's big. You're traveling a lot, commuting a lot in transit. In Halifax, it's small. You have the opportunity to live close to campus. I always lived around campus. I always lived within walking distance. So even if I missed the bus, I could take a 10-minute walk and I was in campus. So that's one of the benefit. And also I worked on campus, which made it easier as well. So if you see that this is the beautiful Atlantic Ocean that we overlook, it's on the southern tip of Halifax. So if I go to so this is where St. Mary's University is located. We have the hospital right there. You have the financial district right here, where is all the major embassies, businesses that are there, corporate offices are here. So it's a very scenic place, and you can just walk around Halifax if you want. A few information about Halifax that I wanted to bring your attention. There's a very popular magazine, and you can Google it. It's called the Maclean's Magazine. And according to them, Halifax has been ranked as one of the best communities to live in Canada. And also from the same magazine, they have had a student survey that was done. And St. Mary's University is the fourth undergraduate university. Normally, I know when students coming from Bangladesh, India, Pakistan, we look at a world ranking, what that is, but that's a comprehensive ranking that has research work to do with it as well. But then there are some universities which are not heavy on research, but they focus more on the undergraduate experience. And research on undergraduate level. So based on undergraduate level, St. Mary's University have been ranked fourth university in Canada. Halifax is the second fastest growing in Canada in terms of, I've lived here almost 10 years. I've seen this city grow exponentially. It's very welcoming and safe, and it's number 2 in Canada in terms of tech diversity and wage growth as well. So those are some interesting facts. A few other interesting facts is, as I said earlier, we have the second warmest winter in Canada. So winter is pretty mild and short. It's about 3 to 4 months. And also, it's a university-friendly city. You're very close to the ocean. If you're someone who loves water and natural scenic places, Halifax is the place to be. These are some other snapshots of Halifax here during summer. And let's now move on to St. Mary's University. So this is actually one of my favorite picture and favorite slide to talk about. It shows our beautiful St. Mary's University campus in the southern tip of Halifax. We call it the city, the world within one city block. So it is within one city. It's not a very big campus. All our buildings are interconnected through pedways and walkways, which means that during winter, you don't have to step outside. If you're someone who's living on residence, you can be in your pajamas and walk to your class in Burke Building. So it's very well connected. And if you see that we're 5-minute walk away from this park, which is called the Point Pleasant Park, which overlooks the Atlantic Ocean. And as I said, the financial district is about 10-minute walk from here. We are Canada's oldest university. We have been there. We have been established in 1802. We are primarily an undergraduate university with 7,000 students and 1,000 graduate students who are studying masters and PhDs. But we focus heavily on our undergraduate experience here at St. Mary's. And 1/3 of that student population is international, coming from 115 different countries, which makes you feel like home. You get people from all over the world in one place. You get to learn so many different culture. Excuse me, and share yours as well. I remember we have a big Desi community here, like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh. We have the Desi Society, and they did a big event, and they invited their friends. So Canadian people came. The Minister of Immigration was here, and it's just a way of sharing your culture and learning other cultures as well. There is co-op opportunities available in all our faculty. So these are paid work internship. And doesn't matter which program you study at St. Mary's, you'll have an opportunity for co-op as well. And we are Nova Scotia's second largest university in terms of research. So you have research opportunity as early as your second year undergraduate. And these are professor-led research that you will be working as a research assistant. And your name will get published in those research papers as well. Our first year class sizes are somewhere between 40 to 60, which means that you're not sitting in a big 200-300 auditorium style classes. With those small class sizes, you get to make one-on-one connection with your friends or your classmates and also your professors. This is something that we highly encourage students to do. Then we are very internationally connected. As I said, we have students coming in from 115 different countries, and we have an alumni network of 50,000. So doesn't matter where you go. When I was in Pakistan, I was able to meet few friends who graduated from St. Mary's, now moved back to Pakistan. So those were amazing things to see, right? And with these alumni, you can make connections, whether you're looking to progress in your job career or you're looking to set up a business, it always helps you. And we also partner with 100 different countries around the world where you can go on exchange program. I went on an exchange program in China, which was all paid for by the university, but depending on where you're going for your exchange program, you might have to pay some tuition, but those exchange programs give you great valuable experience. So I was in China for a month, got to learn about their culture, history, and basically it also saved me $8,000 to $9,000, which I would have had to pay to St. Mary's for doing those classes, which was amazing. So experiential learning, this is something that we take pride at St. Mary's University. We just don't want you to come, attend classes, write exams, get your grades and degree eventually. We want you to implement your in-class learning in solving real-world problems. And It starts with co-op. So as I said, we have co-op in all our faculties. So co-ops are paid internship. You get a special co-op work permit while as an international student. So which means that you don't have to take classes during that time. You can work full time. And these are degree related jobs. These are not like minimum wage paying job that you'll do. So these are good paying jobs, um, almost like more higher than the minimum wage jobs here. You can do 4 terms, co-op terms, and these are your field related. So let's say if you're someone studying in like accounting, so you can work with one of the big companies, and you can do, these are 4 month term, and you can do 3 terms, so which is 1 year. So 4 months times 3, you can do up to 1 year. With that, you're taking 1 year extra to graduate. But one of the best thing is about co-op, when you graduate, it is most likely that you'll be hired by the same company, because as a student you have already worked with them, you know the company culture, you know how everything works. So let's say at KPMG, which is a big accounting firm, if two students apply, one with a co-op who has worked with KPMG before and one who doesn't have a co-op, it's most likely KPMG will hire the one that has done the co-op with them before. So that experience comes in very valuable. So this is something I really encourage you, when you come to Canada to study, check the co-op program. This definitely adds a lot of value to your degree. As I said, research, we have lots of research opportunities as early as your second year undergraduate, this which you'll be doing with your professors. And then you'll have fieldwork options as well in the School of Environment, and some of the other programs have extensive field work as well that you'll be doing at St. Mary's University. Next up, I want to talk about Sobey School of Business. So St. Mary's University is home to one of Canada's top leading business schools, which is called the Sobey School of Business. The Sobey School of Business is AACSB credited, which is a gold standard for business schools all around the world. And only 5% of the business schools in the world have this accreditation. What it means for you is that our programs are rigorously reviewed and vetted, so that you are getting the most up-to-date learning contents when you're coming to St. Mary's University. Recently, our principal donor, which is the Sobey family, after their name, we have formed the business school. They gave a $18 million donation to the school. A portion of that is going towards expansion of the school, going towards student experience and scholarship that are there for you. Let's say if you're someone who's a very high achieving student, you want to go to a conference and you don't have the funding for it, you can request those funding. You have to write them a statement and they can pass that. Also, something I wanted to mention is that for accounting finance student, there's also a program called Impact Fund program. And these are students who are managing a portfolio of $500,000, $500,000 on behalf of the university. They're investing these, so they're getting these real world experiences, right? So there's tons of things that you can do at the Sobey School of Business. There's a lot of case competitions that are happening, international case competition, national case competition. You can go, if you want to participate in it, the school will support you in it. So those things are always happening. So let's talk about, I won't go into detail of each of the major. I just wanted to quickly go over it. If you have any question about a particular major, I'll give my email address at the end and you can set up a meeting with me and we can chat one-on-one. But obviously accounting, economics, finance are some of the core major that we provide. But then we have some interesting majors as well, like entrepreneurship. If you're someone who are interested in a small business or startup business, entrepreneurship is a great one. We have an entrepreneurship center as well, where students are actually coming together with the business community in Halifax, small businesses, startups, and working with them. So you're getting to learn these valuable experiences that you definitely will add to your degree. But also one of the good thing is that if you want to do a double major, it's also very easy at St. Mary's University. What you have to do is that you have to have a conversation with your academic advisor very early on that, okay, I'm interested in a double major, and they can work it out in such a way that you don't have to take too many extra courses. You can get it done within the 120 credit hours that you have. With all the majors that we provide, obviously, we also have a certificate program, which is called Certificate in Human Resource Management. This is not a standalone program, and what I mean by that is that you cannot do the certificate program just by itself. You have to pick one of the major, a 4 years bachelor's degree, and then you add the certificate in human resource management, and it basically pairs both the things up, right? So one of my friend has a certificate in marketing or certificate in management, then sorry, major in management with a certificate in human resource management as well. So it will work in that way. Then we have the Faculty of Arts. I know that whenever we hear the word arts in the subcontinent, we think of, like, theaters and things like that, creative work. Obviously, that's a big part of arts as well. But there's something called liberal arts as well. So in the Faculty of Arts, what you'll be studying is you'll be studying about different languages, cultures, history, humanities, social sciences, and it gives you a broader perspective on looking at problems. And what we are seeing in Canada in very recent time is that the top 25 CEOs in Canada most of them had an undergraduate degree in arts. So what it does is that, like, I never was able to tell my dad that actually initially I came into the Bachelor of Arts, because he won't understand that, this is not the art that we think in India, Bangladesh, or Pakistan. So it's very different. You'll be studying a lot of different varieties of subjects here, and it will give you a broader lens to look at world problems that are around. So as I said, we are proud to have one of the largest arts faculty in Atlantic Canada. We have all these majors and minors that are available. We have some certificate programs as well. We have a professional stream, which is like a law stream. If you're someone who's looking to go into law school, let me know, because law and health sciences works a little differently in Canada. Those are considered as professional stream. So you cannot start them in your undergrad. You have to start them in your graduate studies. So if you're someone who's looking to go into law, let me know. I can answer basically how it works. And then we have these additional minors that are available there for you. And so there's a wide range. And one of the good thing about, especially in arts and Bachelor of Commerce, is that your first 2 year is very exploratory, which means that you don't have to take any major courses. You're basically taking different courses from all these areas of interest. And then you're developing your interest that, okay, I am someone who's interested in accounting after my second year, because this is something I really like, or economics or finance. But I'm also interested in geography, so I can do a double major. Or I'm doing a major in marketing, but I'm also interested in psychology. I want to know how human behavior works. And you can get a dual major or a cross-faculty double major as well, from the Faculty of Science and Faculty of Business and Faculty of Arts. So that's certainly an option as well. Then we have the School of Environment. As we are seeing that global warming is becoming more and more real, Canadian government are investing a lot of money and resources towards environmental issues. So at St. Mary's University, we have the School of Environmental Studies, and there's two aspects of it. One is the environmental studies, which is on the art side. So you'll be looking at different policies and regulation that can help tackle environmental issues. And on the other side, we have Bachelor of Environmental Science, which looks at the scientific side of all the different environmental issues that we have. So no matter whichever you choose, there's a lot of research work, field work that you'll be doing. And what it does is that, as I said, there's a lot of job opportunities in these fields as well. And and obviously co-op opportunities are there as well. So if you're someone looking to go on research based as well, that's also certainly an option for you. Next up, we have the Faculty of Science. So our Faculty of Science department is, as I said, it's very up to date. All our labs are like updated every couple of years. Also the programs, and almost 95% of our faculty have a PhD degree. So these are research based professors. We have very few part-time lecturers in all our faculties, which is a great thing. So you'll be learning with them. You'll be exploring different areas of your study, whatever you want to study. Some of the more popular program that we have is the astrophysics, computing science, and computing science with a business administration degree. We have the environmental science as well. Psychology is very popular, getting very popular. Then we have the pre-professional stream. As I said, if you're someone who's looking to go to med school, this is something that you'll take. It's not a certificate, it's not a major, it's not a minor. It's basically a cluster of courses that you'll take in your third and fourth year that will help you prepare to go to, if you're planning to go to med school. Because if you are planning to go to med school, you have to write your MCAT. And for your law school, you have to write LSAT. So it helps you prepare for those. It doesn't guarantee you a spot that if you do the pre-professional health sciences, you'll get admitted in another university straight away. It just basically, it helps you prepare for it. Then we have the certificate in forensic science, which I wanted to mention. This is a very small size. It's basically 20 students, I think they take every year, and you have to apply for it after you have completed your first year. It's a very competitive program. So in the field of forensic science, you'll be studying DNA collecting, blood splatter analysis, and things like that. Again, it has to be paired with a major. So you have to declare a major, whether in chemistry, and you can do then a certificate in forensic science. Last, we have the School of Engineering, and the School of Engineering is a little bit different at St. Mary's University. We have a 2+2 program, which means that you'll do your first 2 years at St. Mary's University, you'll get a diploma for that, diploma in engineering. And then for your third and fourth year, you'll transfer either to Dalhousie University, which is right beside us, if you're interested in any of these majors that they offer, or you can transfer all those 60 credits to University of Windsor, which offers more niche program like aerospace engineering, automotive engineering as well. And University of Windsor is in London, Ontario, there. A lot of students ask why start at St. Mary's University if I will be eventually going off to Dalhousie or University of Windsor. One of the things that obviously we, as I said, we take pride in is that we know that engineering is a very rigorous program. So we want you to be in that small classroom space with students and make one-on-one connections with your professors. And basically, we want to make sure that you're successful. So that's basically it. Also, whatever scholarship you get at St. Mary's University, you can transfer off up to $5,000 at Dalhousie or University of Windsor as well. So that allows you, and it's a very streamlined process. You don't have to do anything. You get a diploma and then you apply to Dalhousie and start off right away. So that's done. So we realized that coming from high school to university is a big transition, and especially when you're an international student, leaving your parents and family back home, coming to a different country, adjusting it. So there's tons of resources that are there available for you. This doesn't list all the supports that we have. Just to mention a few, and you don't have to pay anything extra to use these support. These are all embedded in your tuition fee. So we have the academic advising. So depending on what career you want to follow, I would say meet your academic advisors at least twice a year before your semester starts, so that you know what courses you have to take in each of those semesters. If you're someone who's looking to go to law school or med school or any other, whatever your future aspiration is, have a discussion with them and they can create a pathway for you. Then we have the career services. They help you with resume building, a cover letter. They do mock interviews. We have the counseling center. If you're someone who's, it can happen that you feel overwhelmed, homesick at one point, you can go to the counseling center and talk to someone and basically share your experiences. And this will definitely help you cope up with that. We have the financial aids and awards for students having financial difficulty, or they want to apply for any scholarships that are there. They are there to help you out. Then we have the Fred Smithers Center for students with learning disability. So if you need, like, if you need more time to write an exam because of you have been diagnosed with a learning disability, you can go to the Fred Smithers Center. They'll work with your professor and you, so that you get more time. Or if you feel panicked to sit in a big hall room and write the exam, and if you're diagnosed with situations like that, you can always go and your professor will make sure that there's a classroom where you can sit all by yourself and write the exam. Obviously there will be an invigilator and things like that. So those things are there. We have the International Student Center. If you want to extend your study visas or things like that, they'll help you with that. They'll help you open bank account. They'll take you to the shopping mall when you come in, take you to different places, things like that. We have the Math Skills Center as well, Student Health Clinic on campus, and also the Writing Center as well. So I use the Writing Center a lot because English is not my first language, and it was intimidating when I first came in. So they definitely helped a lot. We have a Husky Patrol which runs from 6 p.m. till 12 p.m. So if you're looking to go anywhere to and from campus, so let's say if you live off campus, you're looking to come to campus, you just give them a call. They'll go to your home, pick you up, and bring you um, to school and things like that. So these are all the supports that are there available for you. Student life, my few advice is that whenever you come to St. Mary's, we're a very small campus. So you might be standing in the Tim Hortons line and you met the university president, and you get to make connections with them. And these connections actually go a long way. Your dean can be there. So get involved, get to know your professor, get to know people around you, get to know the community. I came as a very shy student when I came to Canada, but once I got after my first semester, when I started getting involved, doors opened up for me. I was elected as the student union president here at St. Mary's University. I was able to work with the provincial and the federal government as well. I went to the parliament in Ottawa and things like that. So whenever you get engaged, you'll see these amazing things. I remember once when I was going to China, I didn't have the money for my flight. So I met my dean when I was going to Tim Hortons. I met my dean. Her name was Patricia Bradshaw. So she was like, "Hey, Kazi, how are you doing?" I was like, "I'm doing well." A little tensed. I got accepted for this exchange program in China, but I don't have the money for my air ticket, which is like $1,500. And then she was like, "You know what, Kazi, write me an email. I'll see what I can do." So I wrote her an email. I gave all my supporting documents that I got accepted into this program, and she wrote me a $1,500 check. So those amazing things happen when you get involved. Like we know that there are scholarships and bursaries, but then these personal connections that you make, they take you a long way. Live in residence if you can. If you I would highly recommend when you come to Canada, if it's possible, live in residence for your first year, because it will open your horizon a lot. Meeting with your professors, as I said, in your first class, go and introduce yourself to the professor. What it does is that the professor can put a face to the name that he has on his list, and he'll remember that this student came up to me and talked to me. And the professors are very caring. So anytime you need any help academically, you can go to their office hours. I still to this date have connections with all my professors. I send them an email. They're in my LinkedIn. They give me professional references whenever I'm applying for a job or going anywhere. So these takes you a long way. So make sure that you make those, because during your undergraduate, your professors are your best friend. That's how I term it as. Don't look at it as, oh, they're a professor, what if I ask a question? No, they like being asked questions. Those are, and they like difficult questions as well. I was talking to a professor the other day, because when you ask a difficult question to the professor, it gets them thinking as well. Okay, this question this student asked, so let me think about it and come up with an answer. Join a team, club, or society. This is something I'll cover later. Get connected. Also, when you're coming as an international student, we have 1 week of welcome week, we call it. It is right before your class starts in September and January. The good thing about welcome week is that we are having a lot of academic and non-academic events. So you're getting to meet your professors even before you go to classes. You're getting to make friends, and some of these friends will be in the same class that you go on the first day. So you don't feel like I'm all by myself. You feel that, okay, I met this person in welcome week. She's kind of a friend, or he's kind of a friend, and we are in the same class together. So that kind of gets you going, and you don't feel as bad, right? So these are some pictures of Welcome Week. I'll show a video real quick in the end about how Welcome Week looks. But these are like, this is the most fun time of the year. And actually, as the student union president, the student association was um, responsible for hosting the Welcome Week every year. Residence life, if you get the chance to live on residence, I highly recommend. Obviously, if you're below 19, you have to live in residence because you're still considered a minor in Canada. But if you're someone who's above 19, you have the option to live off campus. But even then, I'll recommend that you live your first year on campus because it will give you great experience. So you're a few steps away from all the campus activities and your classes. You get to make friends from Nova Scotia and all around the world. So in our residence, we have about 1,000 to 1,200 students living, and around 30 to 40% of them are international as well. So again, you get that exposure. There are a lot of leadership opportunities on residence. We have flexible meal option. We have 2 on-campus dietitians there. So if you're someone who's vegetarian, vegan, or gluten-free or dairy-free food, you can do that. We have halal options as well. If you're someone who wants halal food, you have those options as well. And it's very safe and welcoming as well. This is a snapshot of one of our rooms from Loyola. This is a single room. So, there's a study desk. Another reason why I suggest to live on campus is that when you come here, you have to basically rent out your own place. Obviously, if you know someone, like a friend who already lives here and basically can manage all your accommodations and everything, that's amazing. But if you're looking to rent an apartment off campus yourself, it's a lot of hassle in your first year. So maybe living in residence might be a little bit more expensive, but you're saving yourself a lot of hassle. Imagine, and most of the apartments in Halifax doesn't come furnished. So you have to buy your own bed, own sofa, own study table, and everything. You have to get your internet connection, power connection. Some places don't have heat, so you have to pay for heat and all those. And for international students, some landlords actually ask for 3 months of advance rent as well. So if you don't want to go through all those hassles when you come in, living in residence is the biggest advantage that you have. It might be a little bit extra, but as I said, if you look at the long term, it adds great value. We have lots of clubs and societies, as I said, and they're from they're with clubs and societies. You're basically volunteering, and they run from academic to non-academic as well. Something that I said about the Desi Society, but we have the Enactus for Forensic Society, Model UN, that you can be a part of. And if there is not a society that you feel connected, you can open up your own society. It's a very simple process to open up your own society. We have a great athletic department as well. So we have lots of varsity sports like soccer, track and field, and all those. So those are varsity level, which are professional level. Then we have club sports, which are one level down than varsity. So these are like still like semi-professional level. And at the end, we have the intramurals level as well. So if you see that cricket is there, very popular sport. So I remember when I was back in 2013, I had a friend from Pakistan. His name was Arsalan, and a friend from India, Yash, and myself. We all opened up this cricketing intramurals, and we had 70 to 80 students participating each year with 7 to 8 teams. A lot of our Canadian friends joined to play as well. A lot of friends from the Caribbean joined as well. So these are the things that you can do here at St. Mary's University. And if you're not interested in a sport, you just want to focus on your health, obviously the gym is there for you to access free of cost, already included in your tuition fee. But there are a lot of fitness classes that are happening, like Zumba, cardio mix, yoga, and things like that you can attend. And these are for free as well. I'll talk about a little bit about admission. So there's obviously the national curriculum, which is the HSC background that we have. We accept students from there. And then we have the British pattern as well for O-levels and A-levels. We'll take a mix of your O-level and A-level results. For students coming from an HSC background, actually, like anybody who's looking to access the SDS program, which is a express program for students in Pakistan, you have to have an IELTS with a 6.5 overall with no band less than 6. So that is the advantage of the SDS program. So let's talk about admissions. Depending on which faculty you're looking to get, and it doesn't matter which curriculum you're coming from, we'll be looking at 5 core subjects when we're giving, when we're looking at admissions. So for arts, we need English language 12, and we need 4 additional academic courses, and these are the best 4 that we'll select. For commerce, we need English 12 academic or English language that you have in your HSC or O-level. We need a general math and 3 additional academic courses. For science, English language, we need a science math or a higher math, 1 academic science, which can be physics, chemistry, or bio, and 2 additional academic courses. And for engineering, English, science, math, or higher math, chemistry, physics, and 1 additional academic course. So the overall average that we're looking for in these 5 subjects are 70% with no course less than 60%. Now let's talk about scholarship a little bit. So whenever you apply to St. Mary's University, you're automatically assessed for renewable entrance scholarship. So for renewable entrance scholarship, it is somewhere between $1,000 and $7,000. If you have an average of 80% or higher, so you can apply, you're automatically assessed for that. You can also apply for named entrance awards as well. We have the presidential scholarship, which is $12,000 each year, and it's $48,000 over 4 years of your degree. We have about 1,000 on-campus jobs available, so which means that 1 in every 7 students have the opportunity to work on campus. And we spend about $9 million every year in scholarships and bursaries and fellowships as well. So that's also very important. Like, you know, if you're someone who's having a financial difficulty, like an expense came up and you didn't anticipate it, you can apply for need-based bursaries as well. One thing that I wanted to strictly mention is that if you're someone who's looking to come in September and you're a high achieving student, you have 80% or higher, and you know that you can get scholarship. The deadline for March intake scholarship is, the deadline for September intake scholarship is March 1st. So within March 1st, you have to apply for your scholarship. And for January, it's July 1st. So keep those dates in mind. And if you're someone who's looking to apply for scholarship. Now let's talk about tuition. So the tuition fee, this is actually from last year. We haven't got the updated tuition fee. It was around 21,000, but I think this year it went up to 20 with general price increases and inflation and everything. It went up to, I think, $23,000 this year. Your fees include health and dental insurance. So when every international student coming to Canada has to have health and dental insurance. So a big portion of the fees goes towards health and dental insurance, your year-long bus pass and things like that. And if you're planning to live on residence, it's around 13,000, but I think this also went up a little bit, around, I would say, $14,000 to $15,000. So all in all, this number will look around $39,000. This is on a higher estimate. Obviously, if you get secure any scholarship, this number will look a little lower. But this is like a higher estimate ballpark that I wanted to give. Something on this note that I wanted to mention is that there is hardly any free full fund scholarships in Canada. There is, like, you get some scholarship, but studying in Canada is a big investment. So have that conversation with your parents about, like, you know, that this is the amount that I'm looking at. Obviously, when you graduate and you go into the workforce, you know, the payback period is pretty quick, but you know, it's an upfront investment that you're making. So with that, I'll end my presentation. You have my email address here. So if you want to chat with me further, you can email me qazi.rahman@smu.ca. And also, you know, we have our partner at Education Concern, Mr. Farooq, and his team, who can help you with the application process, visa process, and everything. Also IELTS. They have been a great partner over the years, and we are proud to be associated with them in Pakistan. So that's my end of my presentation. I know it was a long one, but feel free to ask me any questions you might have. And actually, before I stop that, I'll quickly show you a video of the St. Just give me 1 second. Of the St. Mary's University Welcome Week. I don't know if if audio will be synced, but let's see. All right, so that was presentation from my end. I hope you enjoyed that video. It's a little glimpse of what we do at St. Mary's University and also the Welcome Week. With that, I would just hand it over to Mr. Farouk there.
Yes, thank you very much for giving very nice information in very simple way. Thank you very much. Dear students, I will be your first contact in Pakistan, and me and my office will help you in your admission, IELTS, and visa preparation. And for this service, we will not charge any fee. It means we will not charge any consultancy fee. We will give you service for admission, for your guide you in IELTS and applying your visa. So Pakistani student will apply visa under SDS policy. SDS policy means student direct stream. Government of Canada included Pakistan in this policy in 2019. And under this policy, you should only keep in mind three main points, which are very simple and easy to understand. Number one, you must have your IELTS with 6.5 man overall and no less than 6 in any single module. Number two, you will pay your first year tuition fees in advance to the university. Number three, which is the last, you will deposit 10,000 Canadian dollar in a Canadian bank under your own name for your living costs. This 10,000 is your own money. You will use this money upon arrival in Canada. And if you fulfill these main points, you will get your visa without showing parents' bank statement and without any interview within a month. So under this policy, our students are getting visa without any problem. Sometimes even students who applied, who refused previously under non-SDS policy, when we advise them that they should try SDS policy, so they tried and now they are studying in Canada. मैं तमाम स्टूडेंट्स को ये रिकमेंड करूंगा कि आपने SDS पॉलिसी में ही वीज़ा अप्लाई करना है। बहुत सिंपल, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है और उसमें 3 रिक्वायरमेंट आपने जेहन में रखनी है और तीनों बहुत आसान है। आप इजीली किसी को भी गाइड कर सकते हैं ताकि आपको कोई किसी किस्म का कोई किसी कहीं से धोखा भी ना मिले। और वो 3 रिक्वायरमेंट आपने फुलफिल करनी है। नंबर 1, आपने आइल्स करना है। बेशक आपकी प्रीवियस क्वालिफिकेशन A लेवल O लेवल क्यों ना हो, अमेरिकन एजुकेशन क्यों ना हो, आपने कनाडा के लिए आइल्स जरूर करना है। और आइल्स के अलावा किसी किस्म का और इंग्लिश का टेस्ट एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं है, ना डिलिंगो एक्सेप्टेबल है, ना टोफल, ओनली आइल्स। और ओवरऑल 6.5 बैंड लेना है और किसी मॉड्यूल में 6 से कम ना हो। नंबर 2, आपने वीजा अप्लाई करने से पहले यूनिवर्सिटी को 1 ईयर की ट्यूशन फीस एडवांस पे कर देनी है। नंबर 3, आपने कैनेडियन बैंक में अकाउंट ओपन करना है। ऑनलाइन अकाउंट ओपन होता है, 10-15 मिनट के अंदर आप ओपन कर लेंगे। और ओपन कैसे होगा, ऑफर लेटर जब आपको मिलता है उसकी हेल्प से वो अकाउंट ओपन होगा। फिर पाकिस्तान से आपका अकाउंट ओपन होगा और वहां से आपने 10,000 कैनेडियन डॉलर उसमें शिफ्ट करने हैं। अगर आप ये 3 रिक्वायरमेंट पूरी कर दें तो विदाउट पेरेंट्स बैंक स्टेटमेंट एंड विदाउट एनी इंटरव्यू आपको वीजा मिल जाएगा। आप उम्मीद काफी आपको ये चीजें समझ आ गई होंगी। किसी किस्म का कोई क्वेश्चन है, प्लीज फील फ्री टू आस्क। हो सकता है आपका कोई, आप में से बहुत से लोग क्वेश्चन ना करें, लेकिन जो कर रहे होंगे वो दूसरों को फायदा पहुंच जाएगा। तो आप पाकिस्तान के किसी भी शहर से ताल्लुक रखते हैं, मैं और मेरी टीम आपको एडमिशन में, आपकी वीजा में फुल सपोर्ट देंगे। और अगर आपने आइल्स भी करना है तो हम आइल्स भी करवाते हैं, उसमें भी आपको फुल गाइडेंस मिलेगी। सो दैट्स ऑल फ्रॉम माय साइड। अब आप क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं, आप माइक भी ओपन करके कर सकते हैं, चैट में कर सकते हैं, इंग्लिश में कर सकते हैं, उर्दू में कर सकते हैं, दैट इज टोटली अप टू यू।
So someone asked a really good question. What if someone have a study gap of 4 years and work experience for 3 to 4 years? So, excuse me. So study gap is pretty normal. The way it works is that you have to write a statement to the university that what were you doing during that study gap. If you were working or you were studying something, you did some credentials. So as long as you can give something to the university that you are somehow attached to education, that study gap is okay. Like there's no issues on that end. And someone also asked before, not offering MS degrees for January intake. So as I said, I primarily work with undergraduate students. Actually, I'll post some link on the chat here. It will help you to explore all the programs that we have. It lists all the program, and you can click whatever the program you like. And if you go in, it will take you what intakes are available. Normally, for all undergraduate program, we have September, January, May, and July intake. But for graduate studies, it's a little bit different. So I'm sending a link in the group. You can see all the graduate programs that we have and take it on from there. I will also post a link of our view book. So whatever information I went over today, you can find the same information in the view book as well. So as I said, if you don't remember anything that I said, just refer to the view book, go for it. Obviously, the tuition fee is not up to date. That will revise, but it will give you a general idea of all the programs we have, the scholarship, tuitions, and everything. Any kind of scholarship for a student with 93% average, obviously there is scholarship, Laila. Excuse me. It is, as I said, when you apply for it, it is between $1,000 and $7,000 scholarship that you'll get. And then you can apply for some of the named entrance awards as well. For example, the presidential scholarship that not only looks at your result, but also your overall volunteering experiences and things like that. And also you have to apply for it. So where you have to write a statement, show that the committee that, you are actually, qualified enough for that presidential scholarship. So those things are there for sure. Yeah, with 93%, you can apply for scholarship. You are eligible for scholarship. How much time the whole admission process take? So normally our admission office, it takes about 2 to 3 weeks for the admission to be processed, but depending on what time of the year it is, the volume might be bigger. Like, we might get 1,000 application in one day, right? So depending on that, it's hard to process that within 2 to 3 weeks. So in those situations, it can go up to 4 to 6 weeks. But we are trying as much to process it as fast as possible. But normally I would say in somewhere between 2 to 3 weeks. And if you're someone, as I said, again, high achieving student, make sure to keep that March 1st deadline, apply before March 1st. After LLB from Pakistan, any suitable options available. So Zishan, as I said, law is done a little bit differently. When I was doing my O-level or A-level, I wanted to study law in Canada. But the way it works is that in Canada, it's a professional stream. So what you have to do is that you have to do your 4 years undergraduate in any field. Like, it can be business, it can be science, engineering, arts. And then you have to have a certain CGPA, and only then you can go and apply for law school, which is again 4 years. They call it JD in Canada, Juris Doctor. So you apply for that. So it's a kind of a lengthy process. But for you, I would say that, as you have a LLB degree, you can, if you want to come for masters, you can do that as well. Now I am a student of MSc. What time I can able for admission? So for Masters of Science, as I said, I've posted all the programs there. I'm not an expert on graduate studies, but each program has different intake time. So you can check, you can send them an email and they can help you with that. What is the duration of certificate courses and what is the eligibility? So Nehal, for the certificate courses, it cannot be done standalone. It has to be done in partnership, in pair with 4 years undergraduate degree. So you have to do a major in, let's say, bio or like any of the business program, and then you can do the certificate in pair, in partnership with that. So that's there. I'm just there's a lot of questions flowing in. Do St. Mary's offer any agriculture or percent program? Unfortunately, we do not offer any agricultural or crop sciences program, but definitely Mr. Farooq knows maybe some other institution that have similar programs, so you can contact with him. I'm enrolled in higher national diploma program. Okay. So for the H&D program, diploma program, I'm not 100% sure on that, Ahmed. I'm just posting my email here on the chat. If you want to send me a quick email, I can get the answer for you. Excuse me. Sorry, my apologies. Why are only discussing St. Mary's University? So Leila, for this particular session, it's primarily for St. Mary's University. Obviously, Mr. Farooq has some partnership with other universities. So if you have any queries, you can ask him and he can help you with that. So Babar, you asked a question that you have a law degree and you're looking to do your Juris Doctor in Canada. Unfortunately, we don't have what's it called, a law program at St. Mary's University. But I don't know if Mr. Farooq, you have any knowledge if any institution that you work with have a law school and you can help Babar with that. But unfortunately at St. Mary's, we don't have a law program.
Yes, please call me after this event.
Yeah. I can apply for MPhil in geography. So Munib, I posted a link there, so you can check all the programs that we have. If I'm getting it correct, we have a program, a master's in, we have a MA, Masters in Arts in Geography. That's the only program that I can see that we have. Adnan asked, have completed my MBA from Pakistan and want to and apply to project management, postgraduate diploma, any options available on postgraduate diploma. Let me just check here real quick. So we have only one graduate diploma, which is called Diploma in Cooperative Management. You can check that, Adnan, if you are looking for a postgraduate diploma, but that's the only one we have. Nehal asked, I have a D in A-level chemistry. Can I apply in bachelor's? Nehal, I think we don't accept a D in A-levels. So I think it is acceptable. I will check with my colleague and get back to you. Again, if you can send me a quick email, that will help me, and I can check with my colleague about if we accept that. Just send me a quick email, Nehal, and I'll take it on from there. I think that's all the question we have here. I'm not seeing any other question. IELTS requirement for management postgraduate diploma. So I think overall IELTS requirement is 6.5 with no band less than 6, like if you under the SDS program. So I think that would require for postgraduate diploma as well. But the contact information is there, Adnan. If you want to send them a quick email, they can definitely help you with it.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, walaikum assalam.
How are you, sir?
Good, Ibrahim. I don't know who's speaking there, but
I have asked the first question in the chat. So I have a question. Like, I have completed my 14 years of education in 2018, and after that, I have some problems. I have to quit the studies, and I have unofficially I have almost 7 years of work experience in the software engineering field, and with officially you can say 3 to 4 years of experience. Is that possible? I can apply for study visa in Canada, and my major is like web development, web applications, this type of field. I can't hear you, sir.
Sorry, my apologies. I was on mute there. So with the experience, I think you're in the computing science background, right? So
yeah.
My apologies, I couldn't hear the first part. Did you do a bachelor's in Pakistan, or you couldn't finish your bachelor's?
I have finished that, but it's equivalent for 14 years of education.
So it was 14 years back, like.
No, it's 14 in total, 14 years of education. I don't know what we call that. It's bachelor or something like that, similar to
BA.
Yeah, BSc, you can say that.
So is it 14 years including high school? So that's the part I'm confused about, Farooq Saab.
I think Sir Farooq can explain according to the Canada point of view.
Yes, it's 12-year high school plus 2 years BA.
Okay, so it's like a diploma, if I'm getting it correct.
No, it's not a kind of diploma. I have a degree for that.
In fact, previously in Pakistan, we have had 2 years bachelor degree as well. That was called Bachelor of Arts. Am I right, Ibrahim?
Yeah, but mine was computer science. Bachelor of Computer Science. Like we have different type of programs in Pakistan for 2 years, like in arts, in mass comm, in other different fields like in law, and you can continue for masters, but it's depend on you. Like in Pakistan, some students want to do work and they want to do continue master in other university. So that's why Pakistan introduced this program a few years back. But recently, last year, I think last year or 2 years ago, Pakistan just finished this program.
So I don't know if Ibrahim, like the screen was frozen from my end. I wasn't able to hear you. So Farooq Saab, like.
Yes, Ibrahim, I think you should check from any college for the diploma, because due to your 2 years bachelor degree, it will be difficult to get admission in Bachelor of Computer Science. सो आप किसी डिप्लोमा में जो आपके लाइक्स मोबाइल सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग कंप्यूटर गेम टेक्नोलॉजी, इस किस्म के डिप्लोमे में आप
So there is a hope I can apply in.
Yes, there is hope.
Yeah.
Yes, there is hope. आप मुझे इस इवेंट के बाद कांटेक्ट कर लेना, ठीक है?
Sure, sir. I will call you tomorrow after 2 p.m.
Yeah, Ibrahim, I think with your credentials, you can also try applying to St. Mary's University. I think it will work because we are very accessible as a university. So if it's a recognized program, obviously, you know, we'll definitely be able to like check like if we can help you with that if you want to apply for the 4 years bachelor's degree at St. Mary's.
Excellent. Then Ibrahim, just send your documents to Mr. Qazi and CC to me, and it will be lovely to have you in our university if we have the program. So you should try.
Yeah,
thank you very much, sir, for this.
Just send all your documents to this email and CC Mr. Farooq. We'll take a look at it and see if it's admissible at St. Mary's University.
Okay, sir. Sure, I will definitely send you the documents soon, today or tomorrow.
No problem.
Thank you, sir.
No problem. No problem. I think Rashid asked a question here. IELTS requirement for international applicants. Any other program for English allowed for international applicants? Okay, so Rashid, I think Mr. Farooq and I we were talking about the IELTS requirement. So under the SDS program, it is 6.5 with no band less than 6. That's the IELTS requirement. And for the SDS program, they only accept IELTS. They don't accept any other language proficiency tests like the Duolingo or PTE or things like that. But obviously, Mr. Farooq will be able to give you more information on the visa process and things like that. On the university side, we do accept a bunch of language programs. I'll send you the link. But as I said, for the visa purposes, IELTS is the best way to go about it. So I'm posting a link in the chat here. Here you can check all the international language requirement for undergraduate students. What time limit for apply for the student Canada after completing MSc? So Munib, are you looking to apply for like the fact that you have done your MSc, are you looking for like doctoral, like PhD programs, or because I think I'm thinking there is no time limit. It's just like whenever you feel comfortable applying for it, right? But what I think the committee wants to see is that you were engaged with some studies or work in related to the MSc degree that you had. So that's pretty much it. There is no time limit, I would say.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
No problem. Farooq Saab, I don't see any other question.
सर अगर कोई पर्सन अपनी फील्ड को स्विच ऑफ करना चाहता है, मतलब चेंज करना चाहता है, एक लॉ का स्टूडेंट है, फर्दर MBA में या किसी एनी अदर बिजनेस कोर्सेज में चेंज करना चाहता है, तो उसका एडमिशन जो है वो मास्टर डिग्री में पॉसिबल है उसकी इनिशियल एजुकेशन से रिलेटेड?
100%. I think this is at least I know about St. Mary's University is that it is doable. Just because you studied let's say a different program, you can always switch. Like a lot of people who have a bachelor's degree in arts goes on to do their MBA later. So that's definitely doable. I would say that you check with Mr. Farouk, apply if you see that there is any program, if you want to apply for the MBA program. I would suggest try applying, right? There is no harm in applying.
Yes.
The worst it can happen is that you might get a no, but I'm pretty sure you'll get accepted if you have a strong background and you write a strong statement that you're really into studying MBA, and you know why you will be a perfect candidate for the MBA program, and you have some great references from your professors or your higher manager at your workplace. This can definitely help you, but I would say no harm applying.
Thank you, sir.
My apologies. There is a very bad cold going around Canada, and I have been suffering from it for last almost a week and a half.
Yes, no problem. I think you should take some rest. And dear students, I'm still available for a few more minutes. Few more minutes. You can ask any question.
All right, Farooq Saab, I'll sign off. Let me know. And
all
right. Yeah. All right, we'll talk soon.
Okay. Yes, as this is the starting of week, so I will keep in touch in this week. Yes, to discuss different things. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Farooq Saab.
Have a nice time.
Yeah,
Take care.
everyone. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. जी स्टूडेंट्स, मैं अभी 2-3 मिनट मजीद अवेलेबल हूँ, आप बेशक मुझसे क्वेश्चन कर सकते हैं। सेंट मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी को इसलिए भी हम सिलेक्ट करते हैं, एक तो ये वन ऑफ द ओल्डेस्ट यूनिवर्सिटी है इन कनाडा, एंड अनदर point is it's a state university serving since 200 years, since more than 200 years. और यहाँ का वेदर हमारे बियरेबल है। अदरवाइज हमने सुना होगा कनाडा में बर्फें ही बर्फें हैं इन विंटर, सिर्फ, बाकी नहीं। लेकिन इन विंटर सेंट मेरी जिस इलाके में है, नोवा स्कोशिया प्रोविंस का नाम है, और हैलिफैक्स इसके कैपिटल सिटी है जहाँ पे ये मौजूद है। वहाँ पे विंटर में भी अगर आप गूगल को चेक करें तो -2 -3 से नीचे नहीं जाता। इसका मतलब ये है कि हमारा मौसम, वहाँ का मौसम लाइक इस्लामाबाद की तरह है जैसे विंटर में होता है। तो प्रोग्राम्स अच्छे हैं, ट्यूशन फीस काफ़ी रीज़नेबल है, और ये तमाम चीज़ें हैं जो आपको मोटिवेट कर सकती हैं कि यूनिवर्सिटी को सिलेक्ट किया जाए।
सर मैंने सुना था कि स्टडी कंप्लीट होने के बाद नो स्टडी गैप होना चाहिए, वीजा ऐसे अप्लाई नहीं होता, इसके बारे में थोड़ा सा गाइड कर दे।
हाँ, वो डिपेंड करता है कि आपकी क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है। अगर तो इंटरमीडिएट के बाद आपका गैप आ चुका है, फिर तो फिर आपको अप्लाई नहीं करना चाहिए। लेकिन अगर आपने बैचलर डिग्री 4 इयर्स की है, उसके बाद गैप है और उस गैप में आप जॉब करते रहे, फिर कोई बात नहीं है। इंटरमीडिएट के बाद भी आप सोच रहे होंगे
कि मैंने एमएससी ज्योग्राफी कर रहा हूँ, ये बस नेक्स्ट मंथ एग्जाम है, उसके बाद रिजल्ट आ जाएगा 3-4 मंथ में, तो उसके बाद मेरा प्लान है कि कनाडा के लिए अप्लाई करना।
ओके,
इसके बारे में गाइड कर देंगे कि आइट्स मैं रिजल्ट के बाद करूँ या एग्जाम के बाद करूँ?
एग्जाम के बाद करें। जब आप एग्जाम दे दें उसके बाद आइल्स शुरू कर दें, क्योंकि ये दिस इज द फर्स्ट स्टेप जो आपने करना ही करना है। तो आपने आइल्स करना है एंड यू नीड 6.5 बैंड ओवरऑल, और किसी भी मॉड्यूल में 6 से कम ना हो। ठीक है।
अगर सर कुछ बजट का प्रॉब्लम हो तो एग्जाम के बाद करना चाहें, चलो 4 मंथ में कोई जॉब वगैरह बंदा कर लेता है,
कोई बात नहीं। गैप से मुराद 2 इयर्स 3 इयर्स, इसको गैप कह सकते हैं। 1 ईयर तक का कोई गैप नहीं होता। ठीक है, क्योंकि मोस्ट वेलकम जी।
सर इसमें मैंने अपना पूछना था कि एलएलबी किया है पाकिस्तान से 2020 में, उसके बाद एज ए एडवोकेट प्रैक्टिस कर रहा हूँ। मेरे लिए कौन सा ऐसा प्रोग्राम सूटेबल है अदर देन ये यूनिवर्सिटी में, या इसके अलावा भी आप यूनिवर्सिटीज को डील करते हैं, कनाडा स्टडी वीजा और भी मतलब डील करते हैं यूनिवर्सिटी को, कौन सा प्रोग्राम सूटेबल है जिनमें मैं अप्लाई कर सकता हूँ?
आप सबसे पहले तो सेंट मेरी की वेबसाइट पे जाएं, देखें कौन सा प्रोग्राम आपको इस यूनिवर्सिटी सूटेबल करता है, क्योंकि जो हमारे गेस्ट थे उन्होंने आपको बहुत पॉजिटिव रिप्लाई दिया है कि आपको जरूर अप्लाई करना चाहिए, तो वो होपफुल है आपके लिए, तभी उन्होंने पॉजिटिव रिप्लाई
जी
दिया
जी,
है।
मैं उनकी बात को अंडरस्टैंड किया। उन्होंने एक कहा था कि आप अदर देन मास्टर प्रोग्राम देख लें। मैंने उन्हीं प्रोग्राम के बारे में मैसेज किया था, मे भी उन्होंने रीड नहीं किया या उनका रिप्लाई नहीं आया उसके
मैं आपको ना
रिलेटेड।
प्रोग्राम का लिंक भेज देता हूँ इस इवेंट के बाद, ठीक है? आप मुझे
जी जी
चैट
जी।
बॉक्स में डायरेक्ट चैट में ना अपना व्हाट्सएप नंबर लिख दें, या अगर मेरा व्हाट्सएप नंबर आप देख लें, उसमें मुझे हेलो का मैसेज कर दें, मैं आपको भेज देता हूँ।
सर आप इसके अलावा भी यूनिवर्सिटीज को डील करते हैं?
जी करते हैं। आप उसमें मुझे भेज देंगे ना, तो मैं आपको पहले इसका लिंक भेज दूंगा, फिर अगर वो भी पसंद आया तो फिर मैं आपको मजीद यूनिवर्सिटीज की इंफॉर्मेशन दे दूंगा, ठीक है?
जी जी जरूर
जी,
सर।
और कोई
थैंक यू
क्वेश्चन?
सर।
जी, मोस्ट वेलकम।
जी सर, मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि ना ट्यूशन फीस बता सकते हैं मास्टर्स प्रोग्राम के लिए कंप्यूटर साइंस में?
आपका सॉरी, मैं आपका आंसर देता हूँ, पहले एक क्वेश्चन मेरा है, आपका CGPA कितना है?
मेरा जो CGPA बैचलर्स में 3.13।
वेरी गुड, आप एडमिशन रिक्वायरमेंट पूरी कर रहे हैं। इनकी ट्यूशन फीस, ये 2 इयर्स का प्रोग्राम है, और
जी
ट्यूशन
जी
फीस इसकी 1 ईयर की तकरीबन 23,000 $24,000 है, कैनेडियन डॉलर। एक मिनट होल्ड करेंगे प्लीज।
जी जी।
जी
जी सर, ट्यूशन फीस आप बता रहे थे 23 to
तकरीबन
24,000।
$24,000 कैनेडियन डॉलर के करीब इसकी ट्यूशन फीस है। आप मेरे व्हाट्सएप नंबर के ऊपर ना, मैंने चैट बॉक्स में दिया हुआ है, अपना नाम लिख के SMS कर दें, मैं आपको उसमें ट्यूशन फीस का लिंक भेज देता हूँ।
और सर इस पे कोई स्कॉलरशिप या डिस्काउंट है?
डियर, मिनिमम जो एडमिशन रिक्वायरमेंट थी वो 3 CGPA है, वो आप अचीव कर चुके हैं, और अगर आप 3 से कम होते तो आपको एडमिशन ही ना मिलता। स्कॉलरशिप मिलने की तो आप रख सकते हैं, जिसे एंट्रेंस स्कॉलरशिप कहते हैं, कि आपको हो सकता है 1,000 2,000 $3,000 तक स्कॉलरशिप मिल जाए, ठीक है?
सही। और
जी
सर अगर अभी जैसे मैं आइल्स की तैयारी कर रहा हूँ ना अभी,
जी
तो
जी।
अगर मैं कब जा सकता हूँ?
हाँ, आपने एक तो आइल्स में आपको पता है कितना बैंड लेनी है आपने?
जी जी, मिनिमम 6 तो या 6.5 तो रिक्वायर्ड है ना?
जी ठीक
6.5।
है। ओके, आपका जो सितंबर इनटेक आपको मिलता है, क्योंकि मोस्टली
हम्म।
मास्टर डिग्री सितंबर टू सितंबर चलती है। आपके एडमिशन इस वक्त ओपन है, ठीक है? आपका जो वीजा है वो 6 मंथ पहले लग सकता है, लाइक अप्रैल तक आपका, मार्च तक आपका वीजा लग चुका होगा नेक्स्ट ईयर इंशाल्लाह, और सितंबर 2024 की क्लासेस होंगी।
अच्छा, अभी जो मैं सर सोच रहा था जनवरी 2023 में जो वो हो जाए, तो उसमें नहीं हो सकता?
अगर आपको कितना अरसा हो गया है आइल्स करते हुए?
सर अभी मुझे 2 वीक्स हुए हैं, मैंने इसकी प्रिपरेशन स्टार्ट की, और मिड ऑफ अगस्त में मेरा प्लान है कि एग्जाम देने का।
अच्छा, मिड ऑफ अगस्त में, ठीक है। अगर आप मिड ऑफ अगस्त तक कर लेते हैं, मिड ऑफ अगस्त से लेट आपने नहीं होना, और अगस्त के
हम्म
अंदर अंदर मुझे आइल्स का रिजल्ट देते हैं, तो मैं
हम्म।
जनवरी इनटेक के लिए आपकी कोशिश कर सकता हूँ, ठीक है?
तो ये
होपफुल।
SMU में सेंट मैरी में हो सकता है? जनवरी इनटेक में इनका अवेलेबल है?
सेंट मैरी में तो जनवरी इनटेक नहीं है, ये सितंबर टू सितंबर है। एक और यूनिवर्सिटी है, यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ विंडसर, आप उधर जाएंगे, उसकी फीस भी सेम इतनी ही है, 20,000 21,000 कैनेडियन डॉलर।
और ये विंडसर यूनिवर्सिटी कहाँ पे है?
ये टोरंटो सिटी है, ओंटारियो स्टेट में, उसके साथ सिटी है ये।
अच्छा, और ट्यूशन फीस मतलब दोनों की सेम ही है?
ऑलमोस्ट सेम है, और दोनों स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी हैं। और जो विंडसर यूनिवर्सिटी है वो 150 ईयर्स ओल्ड स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी है, बहुत अच्छा उसका वीजा रेशो भी है।
अच्छा, वहाँ पे मास्टर्स प्रोग्राम अवेलेबल है ये कंप्यूटर साइंस में?
जी बिल्कुल
IT में?
अवेलेबल है। यस, आप अभी ऐसा करें, मुझे मैं आपको ना उसका, आप होल्ड करें, मैं आपको चैट बॉक्स में उसका लिंक डाल देता हूँ, ठीक है?
जी।
आपका नाम काफी डिफरेंट है, क्या मतलब है इसका?
सर इसका मतलब है सुबह सुबह मतलब सुबह की नमाज ऑफ कोर्स, और इसका मतलब यही है कि सुबह आगाज, स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द डे।
गुड।
सर मेरे ना वैनकोर में रिलेटिव्स रहते हैं काफी ईयर से,
ठीक।
तो वो उन्होंने मुझे ऑफर करवाई है कि हम A to Z जितने भी ड्यूज वगैरह हो हम अफोर्ड कर लेंगे, जस्ट आप अपनी रिक्वायरमेंट पूरी करें और आर्ट्स पूरी करें, जैसे डिग्री जो भी रिक्वायरमेंट्स है वो पूरी करें। तो
ठीक है।
काइंडली आप मुझे बता सकते हैं कि वैनकोर का भी आपके पास है किसी यूनिवर्सिटी का?
जी बिल्कुल, वैनकोर का है। ये बताएं आपकी लास्ट क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है?
सर मैं ना आपको पहले भी बताया कि मैं MSc कर रहा हूँ, मेरे पास नेक्स्ट मंथ एग्जाम है, उसके बाद तकरीबन 4 मंथ बाद रिजल्ट आएगा, तो मुझे अभी से गाइड कर दें कि मैं कैसे इसे
मुनीब
कंटिन्यू कर
आपने, यस मुनीब आपने व्हाट्सएप नंबर मेरा चैट बॉक्स में लिखा हुआ है, इसके बाद आपने मुझसे रब्ता करना है। इस इवेंट के बाद आज नहीं कल आपने तकरीबन 4 PM पे मुझे फोन करना है। फजर मैंने
सर।
आपको चैट बॉक्स में भेज दिया है, मिल गया आपको?
जी जी सर, ठीक है।
इसको अच्छी तरह स्टडी करें और कल मुझसे रब्ता करें। जी।
जी सही।
आसिफा नसीम, आपकी तरफ से कोई क्वेश्चन है? नहीं तो फिर इसको फिनिश करते हैं। बाकी तमाम ने क्वेश्चन किए हैं। ठीक है जी, मेरे ख्याल में इसको वाइंड अप करते हैं। चैट बॉक्स में मेरे सारी इंफॉर्मेशन मौजूद है। कीप इन टच।
ओके सर।
ओके, एंजॉय योर टाइम।
थैंक यू सर। सर कल 4 PM?